Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Green Life Garden and Home DIY channel. So today I am coming at you guys with canning. Now, I think it was about last year I shared canning some sorrel, and I made some jam out of the sorrel. Well, that was water bath canning. I am familiar with water bath canning, but what I have not practiced over the years is pressure canning. So I originally purchased a pressure canner just like this one from Tractor Supply, I believe it was, and the handle was broken on it. And I knew that if these handles did not lock in place properly, most likely I would not get the pressure that I needed to pressure can my food. So I had to take that back, and I kind of drug my feet on trying to get another one because I didn't have any vegetables ready at that time. Plus, I just assumed that, they get some more in and I could just run in there and get it. Didn't happen like that. I looked and looked and looked trying to find one, and I almost resorted to buying one other than the Presto that I had been hearing so many good things about. And I just decided to hold off. And so something just got on me to start looking again. I did. I finally found one. It's brand new, and I am ready to start my pressure canning. So today I'm actually going to be sharing with you a recipe for canning squash. And I don't know if I'm going to get around to doing the tomatoes and okra but today on this video, but let's just make that another video. So what I wanted to do is show you the pot. It's a 23 quart Presto canner, and let me get the box here. Hope you can see that. This is what the box looks like. And when I got it, I was like, oh my goodness, I didn't see the dial, the pressure gauge on, but I've seen that was something very simple to put on. So I kind of wanted to do that with you guys here because I felt a little intimidated because it was a very important part of pressure canning. So it's only, we have our nut here, and we have our little washer, and this has sealed, and we're going to put that into the top. Okay, I've got it locked on there pretty good. We're going to stick it in there, and we're going to finger tighten it. We don't have to go through the hassle of trying to get a pair of pliers or anything like that. It's just like when you put the tops on your jars for canning. You're just simply going to finger tighten it down, and that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and get this put on, and everything else is already in place. And so let's get that in here. Y'all, if you hadn't started canning yet, this is a good time for you to start. I wouldn't be playing around with it. Or you may find yourself standing in line to get something to eat. This is an easy way to store your food and put it away. The last thing that I canned with water bath canning was pears, and I'm telling you, those pears had to have been like 10 years old. They were probably older than that. And when I tell you they had been in all sorts of weather conditions, because where I had them at, I didn't even realize that it was another jar left. And I had long moved, and I came back, went through that particular little place. Lo and behold, a can of pears, and I took them home and ate them, and actually made a pear cobbler, ate a few, enjoyed them. We didn't have any problems. Don't be afraid to can your own food, because I'm telling you, it's much more healthier than of course getting something out of the store that's packed in salt, packed in sugar, or whatever it is that is just not good for you. They come with directions. This little book right here, it has everything in it you need to know. It tells you every part of this canner. I could stand here and look real smart calling out the different the different pieces and parts to it. But I'm telling you, everything is right here. We have the pressure dial. We have the regulator right here that's going to fit right there. That's going to help control your pressure. We have the vent pipe. We have the vent pipe right here, which is what the regulator is going to be sitting on top of. The air vent lock, which is right back here. You'll see that. This little plug right here is for overpressure plug. Everything you need to know is going to be inside this canner. Not only did I get that, I went ahead and got me another water bath canner as well. And from what I have seen reading the instructions, and hold on, listen, I know all of us got that drawer that we throw manuals and all kind of stuff in. This one is for real. This for keepsake. You need to put it in a plastic bag. If you're not using it, once you get accustomed to how to can and what you need to do not allow this book to get away from you. This is a lifeline, because a lot of things that we do now, we can go straight to Google or wherever you go to research and find this information. I don't play around. I like books because I realize that we eventually going to have a grid down or a power out. And you're going to need to be able to reach for something other than the computer. Okay? So keep your books. These can be passed down. If you get to a point where they're wearing out, try to, for your own use, maybe copy down whatever you need to or what have you. So this is a water bath canner. Pretty simple, straightforward pot. You probably have a pot at home that you can use as well. It's got a rack on the inside. And this is what I've canned with over the years. And I'm very familiar with this. But pressure canning, again, that's not something that I have done. If you really want to get into pressure canning, follow me. Also, follow Homestead Heart, Cheryl's Organic Garden, Lead Farmer 73, and there's others out there also that are beginning to get on board with this because they understand the importance of it. I not only am going to be showing you canning as a survival skill or being able to be self-sufficient and store it for your family. I have a whole bunch of things that I have in my heart, have in my mind that I want to share and get out there. This has been just a really challenging time, I guess you would say, with everything that is going on in the world. I had to leave my job, homeschool my daughter, and blah, blah, blah. And so, I've just kind of like, how sometimes you feel stuck between a rock and a hard spot. But I've always been an entrepreneur. I do have my own business as well as I was working. So it's not that bad for me, probably as it is for some others. But when you living in an area where people somewhat are not very inviting to a new person coming in, and it's like you ever feel like you're being try to get squeezed out, or so to speak. You want to. I'm not that person with that takeover spirit to come in and try to just take over something. I like to get in where I fit in, help where I can, provide my services. I'm a facilitator, always have been, always will be. And so, when people, I guess, misunderstand or abuse that, what could you do? God help them, because I just love helping people. And I think that's what it's all about right now. I get real sad when I see people do not understand the importance of community right now, when they don't understand togetherness and how important it is for us to embrace one another and try to figure this thing out, because I don't know, maybe they don't really understand what is coming, and these are people that could use the help, but it's like people like that, it's like they want to be known for doing it alone. Who knows? I don't know. But anyway, I want to share a tip with you right quick. The first thing I thought about is with this one, it only came with one rack. On the inside, it only had one rack at the bottom. So I was thinking, what could I do if I wanted to stack? I know I could find this somewhere. It's only a piece of aluminum, it feels like. But I had a different idea that you could do. Because if you have pint-sized jars or the half a quarts and you want it to like stack them, and you have a lower level and then you have the jars on the bottom and then you have some on top. Well, this would sit on top of the jars that you would have some on the bottom, and then you would have your rack. But this rack, keep in mind, it has to be at the bottom of your pot at all times. You cannot just set your jars down in here. So my first tip is going to be to just use some wide mouth rings for this particular size pot. And I'm going to put them down in there, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. And we're going to create us a little place for us to set our jars. If you do not have another one of these, I can't think of the proper name for it right now, to be able to stack. So hold on just a second. I'm going to show you what that looks like. So. Okay, so the old folks say where there's a will, there's a way. And my mom always told us, and my grandparents too, it's more than one way to skin a cat. So what I did, I hope you can see that. I just simply took the rings and I just put it down there in the bottom of my pan. And I created a base for the jars to sit on. And that way, while they're sitting on that, if you're anxious like me and ready to get started and only have one rack, and this will be able to sit on top of the jars that you put down in the bottom. Okay. All right, so other than that, you guys, I am not going to try to go over absolutely everything, but for the most part, I think I went over a lot of the basics that you would need to know. And when you get ready to put this lid on, there's even a mark right there for you to put it on. They do ask that, of course, you wash your pot just as you would wash your jars before you get ready to use them. There's a seal in here that it would be a good thing to take out and wash, because it could be some oil that's on there for a lubricant. And you want to get all of that off so you could make sure you have a really good seal before you use your pot. So, other than that, I probably have taken up so much time in this video just kind of introducing what is going on and what we're doing, until I'm going to just let that be, this be a video on a couple of thoughts, tips, and tricks on canning. And then I'll get back with you guys on the actual canning of the squash. How about that? So, yeah, make sure that you check out those YouTube channels I spoke of. Leah Farmer 73, Cheryl's Organic Garden, Homestead Heart. They have tons of videos that can help you. Again, subscribe, share my channel, stick with me. I'm going to be canning. I'm home now. I have a whole lot of extra time that I could be putting into sharing with you guys, and that is where my heart is right now, and I'm just elated to be able to do that. So that's it, you guys. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. Hope that you learned something. I hope that you follow along with me, and let's get canning together, because again, right now we need to be putting away as much as we can. If we don't need it, fine, but I'd rather need it and not have it than to have it. I'd rather have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. And so let's go ahead and start, get off our can and start canning, and try to put some food and things away for your family, because nobody knows what's coming, But based on what we've seen thus far, we know that we should be taking heed. So I'm going to go ahead and say bye for now. Hit that bell so you'll be notified of all of our videos. Don't forget again to like, share, and subscribe. And peace and blessings to you all. One love.